let's get out of here,
Peace, peace. Good day, good Friday, September 14th, 2018. I am the Hoodmystic, representing www.hoodmystic.com. Cut this baby monitor off. Yo, this baby monitor, game changer. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, so everything's good, everything's peace. The title of this video is The Secret Garden. This is our daily energy reading. Here we'll discuss different energies throughout the day, whether that be tarot, whether that be astrology, and we'll discuss them. And this is an informational video. This video is not really for entertainment, so it's best to have a pen and a paper. Take your notes, because what we're discussing is astrological events. So let me just be clear about an astrological event. There is no man on the planet who controls astrological events. When it comes to astrological events, you know, those are purely celestial. None of us can control that. We can only simply understand it. So the more we understand about the celestial, the stars, the more we understand about ourselves in some realms of some understanding. So this is what we're doing. We're doing astrology. Astrology is the study of the stars, quite simply. Dang. I was gonna say something, but then I forgot. Oh yeah, I remember now. So today, what I'm gonna need from you guys for this video, I do not ask for a lot, but this is most definitely, if you don't have this with this video, you're not gonna understand it. So make sure you have this. Make sure you have an imagination, and make sure you have a visualization modality. Make sure you can imagine things and visualize it in your mind's eye. This is very important, because if we can begin to work with our mind's eye, visualization and imagination, we can incite a whole bunch of positive things in our lives. Because whether it be positive, whether it be negative, whether it be reality, whether it be unreality, we all have to utilize our imagination and our emotions within this thing. And so really need you guys to really bring those two modalities, imagination and visualization, because what I'm going to be explaining today is going to sound like a game. It's going to sound like it's for play, but it's not for play. It is extremely serious. It is extremely real. And so we need to be fully aware and cognizant of it. So we need to be clear on a couple of things before I get into the astrology. There are different realities that we live and deal with that factor into our present life. What I mean is that there is a microscopic reality, like things that you can only see with a microscope, and there is a telescopic reality, things you can only see with the telescope. And no matter who looks in that microscope, you'll see the same thing. So that means that it is a reality. And the truth is that everybody is not looking with microscopic eyes. Everybody is not looking with telescopic eyes. Everybody is not adhering to the universal law, as above, so below. So today we're fully utilizing that. Today we're fully experiencing what it means to live and exemplify as above, so below. So I thought a lot about this video. I thought about my intentions and what I want to inspire with this video. And hopefully by the end of this video, you could feel some form of transformation. So that's ultimately my goal, is to transform any negative ideas to positive ideas. And if you have negative ideas coming into this video, you have a solution on how to transform that negative idea to a positive idea. But you know, we're going to discuss the astrology aspects, because part of my work is being an aspectarian, where I see planets and how they relate to each other, and then I speak upon that. And I don't just speak in astrologies. I try to use regular words that you would hear some niggas talking at the corner store. but I'm still speaking about higher thought and higher consciousness. That throws a lot of people off, but this is something that I must do. I gotta stay on brand. I'm the Hoodmystic. And so the first astrological placement that we're going to talk about, the first astrological aspect that we're going to talk about, is Venus in conjunct Chiron. Today is Friday. Today is ruled by Venus, so we're going to discuss Venus first and foremost. And let's remember that the title of this video is The Secret Garden. So just keep those words in mind. When we talk about Venus in conjunct Chiron, we have to begin to utilize this idea of a garden, and our garden being our spiritual body, our garden being our spiritual truth, our garden being the place where we have complete idealization. So if your garden, if you're in your spiritual body and that's negative, if you know ghouls and goblins are there and you're scared of it, and there's different, you don't really like spirituality because you're afraid of what bad might happen, that's reflective of your garden. So a further analogy is if you were actually gardening and you're sowing seeds, but you don't actually know what you're sowing. You're just hoping that you have this beautiful flower bed garden. But you have to understand, you have to develop this garden. You have to understand this garden, and you have to completely idealize it. And so Venus in conjunct Chiron is the actual process of de-weeding or getting rid of rodents and, other pests that might infiltrate your garden. It's about healing. It's about preparation. So, in your highest ideals, the life that you want, are you fully prepared for that, or is it just something in your mind? What we're going to talk about too is intentions a little later. And intentions are what are like, what they say, intentions, good intentions are something about paved on the way to hell, or a lot of things that we want to do, we never do it, and so we create hell for ourselves. So hopefully we can begin to have intentions and action. When I talk about intention, 9 times out of 10, you don't even know my intention, you only know my action. You just know that I got a video out, but you don't necessarily know my intention. My intention is aligned and always attached to my actions. And so if we were to start a garden, if we were to fully intend, will we continue on with the same garden that we haven't been paying attention to, or will we create a whole new garden? Will we start completely over and just be completely fresh and open to all good things? And then knowing what's good to us, being connected to our feelings, being connected to our emotions, and we cannot get to this place without healing. And so an in conjunction to Chiron is a misunderstanding to Chiron, where these two planets they're connected, but they don't understand why they're connected. Venus is trying to offer that positive vibration today. But you have to be open to the idea of healing. And what I mean by being open to the idea of healing, have you let shit go? Have you let shit go? And even, this can range from a whole host of things. This could even range into technology. I seen somebody with a flip phone the other day. It's a lot of different things that are happening in the realms of technology that we're not even informing ourselves on. We're not even being abreast of the, what we could actually do with this technology. And so since this information is available and open, other people are taking advantage of it, and they're doing the work and they're doing the magic. So Venus opposed Uranus is really forcing you to learn new shit. Because when you learn new shit, you incite a particular healing on you. We all have dreams, we all have intentions, but do you have enough knowledge to bring that dream into reality? No? Okay, then do some reading, do some studying, create a action plan surrounding what you want to attend, because it's not going to happen for you. Nobody is going, your fairy godmother is not going to come in the window and hit you off with a wand. We have to begin to develop these intentions if we have them. And so Venus square Mars, I want to break this down to a microscopic molecular level without confusing anyone. Very simply, when I raise my hand like this, or I'm moving my hand or doing this with my finger, the modality that allows me to do that is electricity. Without, see, I'm just thinking, make your hands make a weird up and like just do weird shit with your hands. That's what I'm thinking. And then from that thought, I'm sending electrical impulses through my hands, and then voila. So this is Mars. The ability to control your body, to control your mind, to control your mouth. And this is electricity. Now, magnetic is the ability to bring what you want into your life. That's a magnet. So if you understand a magnet, you understand that you have to be what you want to attract to you. You couldn't be a positive charge of a magnet and then expect another positive charge of a magnet. Even if you wanted a positive charge, the law of nature wouldn't allow you guys to stick together. Even if you guys got along, even if you guys were, you know, the perfect couple. Electromagnetic energy simply states that for a magnet to be attracted, it has to be its opposite polarity. This is life. So Venus square Mars is a relationship, a situation that looks good on the surface, picture perfect, should be right, but it does not stick. It does not magnetize. And since you have this electromagnetic impulse that we cannot deny if we turn our head left to right, that's a electric impulse. So we're filled with all of this electric energy. Are we using it? Are we realizing it? Are we attaching to our magnetic opposite, or are we looking for people more of the same, people like us, people to make us feel more comfortable? And I'm telling you, being in those situations, those are square Mars situations too. Being around a whole bunch of people that you like, a whole bunch of people that are just like you, not challenging you, not learning, not growing. You're setting yourself up for a failure. We talk about so much shit on this channel, where we talked about the cup and the emotional cup being passed around. You got to be really keen on the people that you surround yourself with, because if your electromagnetic impulses are not sticking, then you have to pay like you can't look at the opposite thing. Like if you were a magnet and you were like, you know, like in a tow truck, in those tow truck not tow trucks but junkyards, the lots, they have like a big magnet that they like drive over the car, pick up the car, move it to another place, drop it off. So imagine if you were that magnet and you decided that, you know, you went over a car and you went by it and it didn't attach to you as a magnet. Would you as a magnet look at that car like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You supposed to be attached to me. Like, no, that's a problem with you, because you are the magnet. Anything that you attract, anything in your life, you should really be seeking out your opposite, because that's the shit. I'm giving it all away, but I don't mean to. But the thing that is opposing you is your strength. The thing that is like you, it doesn't stick. So really understanding this, really using your imagination, really using your visualization, you can begin to see how this energy could manifest for you. So Venus square the nodes. And earlier I said this shit is gonna sound like a game, but it's really not a game. What gives life value? Purpose, a quest. You know, what we think gives us value is our lack. I don't have a man, so let me get a man, and once I get a man, I'll be happy. I don't got no money, so once I get some money, I'll be happy. I don't got any family, so once I get a family, I'll be happy. I don't got a baby, so once I get a baby, I'll be happy. I don't got a house, so once I get a house, I'll be happy. But what happens? You get the house, you gotta pay rent. You get the baby start crying. You get the money, you spend the money. You get the relationship, oh, the nigga ain't shit. So, you know, what do you actually truly want? You need to not want, but simply go on your quest, live your game, live your life the way that you want to live it. Because if you're factoring other people in, you're not factoring in that we're living in the age of Aquarius, baby. The age of change, the age of, like, every moment is different. Every time, you never know. Every time I'm dealt with a different spiritual experience that I have to factor in. I can't even begin to explain every day. Every day is a lifetime, it seems as though. The connections that I'm making to different spirits, the connections that I'm making to different deities, and then let alone the human connections that I'm making. But then I gotta realize that the humans that I'm connecting with, they're not truly connected to the spirit. So I gotta be vigilant and every day talk about connecting to spirit and realizing that this is a good source of information. This is a solution for all human beings. The reality that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and there is more to you than what meets the eye. We've talked about that as well on this channel, how the eyes lie to you in many different ways, and how we actually see out the back of our minds, the back of our brains, out of the occipital lobe. So, you know, if you're caught up on the physical world and you have some value, it's basically based on your lack. Because you don't have it, you want it. And so you in this back and forth game of getting in a relationship, realizing that, you know, you got to make the best of this relationship or this relationship is going to have to end. You know, how many times have you really wanted a job and then you got in that job in the first 10 minutes like, I don't want to be here. But you wanted that job. You filled out that long ass application. They made you take a 1,000-question questionnaire about some stupid ass personality test. They made you do a background check. They gave you a shot. They insert a chip in your goddamn hand. And as soon as you get there, you ready to go home because they ain't giving you nothing but $12 an hour. Did all of that because you wanted it. So this is square the nodes. This is you realizing that you don't have a human life. You only have a spiritual life. You only have a purpose. You only have a path. There is no getting off the path. There is no getting away from your purpose. But your ignorance of that purpose, your ignorance of that path, and you not willing to do the work. I don't know my purpose. I don't know my path. I didn't know my purpose either. I didn't know my path either. It took me, shit, I'm 33 years old. It took me 32 years to figure out my purpose and my path. 32. The culmination of this work, the reason why we're here in this moment, in this space, in this time, is based upon a fundamental question that I had pondered to myself. Why am I here? Why am I here? From that place, can't nobody manipulate me. Can't nobody put me in no particular situation where I feel uncomfortable. Because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm even here on Earth for. So how the hell you gonna tell me anything? And you don't even know why you here on Earth. What you mean I gotta pay for dinner? What you mean I gotta open your door up and do all of this extra stuff? And I'm like, you asked me out. I don't even want to go out. You manipulated me to go out to this dinner. So, and I'm not saying that I ain't gonna pay for dinner if we go on a date. I'm just saying we gonna have to get out of this every day expecting the same old shit, because that shit is a block to spirituality. As subtle as it is, how you treat your partner could be your biggest block to spirituality. If you're in a monogamous relationship, that could be the only thing that's blocking you to truth. Just based upon you not being able to openly express yourself and you holding that shit in because you're in a monogamous relationship. Do I say I'm in a monogamous relationship too? And I'm saying that based upon experience, being in a relationship and not being able to openly. But then again, the flip side of that is being in a relationship could accelerate your spiritual attainment. When you're able to be so truthful and so honest with your partner that it's nothing holding you back. But if you're in a relationship right now and you can't fully be your open and honest self, you can't walk around the house naked. And I'm not even talking about physically, I'm talking about emotionally, I'm talking about mentally, I'm talking about being vulnerable, I'm talking about being sick. What if you had a baby? Would you support me through this pregnancy? You're not really even having conversations with people, but you having sexual relations with people. Of course that could be a block to spirituality. Because this channel, this content is about spiritual attainment. It ain't about, you know, living your best life. Because in spiritual attainment, you may not have a lot of money. You may not even have a desire to have a lot of money. You just want clarity. You just want peace because you already rich as hell. And money ain't your purpose no more. Like, them is the type of people that I talk to where money ain't the end all be all for them because they have it, but they still lack. So I'm saying that to say, if you think money gonna save you, if you think love gonna save you, you're not understanding your purpose. You're not understanding your path. You wasn't born here to make money. Nobody's purpose was to make money. Nobody's purpose was to make money. You know, money is a concept. What do I mean? You literally could have been born into a tribal region and never even heard of money before. And you probably would have lived to be 80, had babies, had love, you know, had a perfect and wonderful life. Had trouble, had trauma, had, you know, the same shit. You know, so I'm gonna explain that more. I'll be having more and more shit to talk about as these days go on. Shit's starting to scare me, but Uranus trying Saturn. And so this is more to the secret garden. And so on one side we have technology, Uranus and Taurus, trying Saturn and Capricorn, where that's out of time, where really simple. What is Saturn and Capricorn? If you was ever having a goal and you was working towards it and you were enthusiastic about it and you were positive about it, what now removes out of that? What now is gone? Time. Like, you ever been selling drugs and you had your thing going, like your shit was rocking? You know, a whole day could go by like that. You know, it don't even make sense. Like, and I'm not saying selling drugs is good. I'm just saying, I'm just using that as an example. I don't know. I don't do a lot of things for fun. Like, so even if I'm making music or something like that, I don't know what time is. When I'm doing these videos, I lose track of time. And that's Saturn and Capricorn. When you're fully ascending, then time is not of an object. If you at work right now, or if you going to work and you like, man, this time is going so fucking slow right now, I'm about to lose my mind. Oh my God. Then you in the wrong place. You need to run. You need to run, because time is something that, you know, is interesting. You can play with it. You can mess with it. You can be in different spaces, you can be in different times, you know, and you can have different intentions. So with that being said, understanding that you have an ability now to prepare, to cultivate, and to do this thing day after day. But you got to have the real realization that you actually have a garden to be cultivated. You actually have to realize that you actually have a spiritual body. You couldn't imagine that. You couldn't imagine that you only have a physical body. Because if you think that you only have a physical body, you need to get off this channel and you know, it's videos that drop every day that get millions of views on YouTube, and niggas be sitting in their car eating hamburgers and talking about how good the hamburgers is. And I'm only saying that that's probably a channel for you if you think that that's all you have as a human body. You know, if like I'm not a foodie. I'm just like it's about water with me. You know, we can talk about water all day. Because I'm very clear and stern about maintaining my spiritual body. From maintaining my spiritual body, my terrestrial body is taken care of. But if I'm trying to take care of my terrestrial body, then who is taking care of my spiritual body? Who is taking care of my garden? Who is taking care of my secret garden? Uranus trying Saturn, because Saturn is the person that comes through with the sword that gets rid of the dead. But we're only talking about farming, so don't get scared. Hey man, it's September. We done got all of these corns off of these stalks. Do y'all just want to keep the stalks there? We gonna have to get rid of those stalks. Come on, Saturn, do your job. But now imagine those big ass farms in those countries out in Ohio, you know, right up the road. Imagine if all we had was a scythe. Trying to cut all that shit down with a scythe. Man, we'll be doing that shit all winter. So we gotta, you know, admonish or respect Uranus to give us that, you know, one of them tractor trailers to come just do that shit in one foul swoop. And we can just sit in our tractor trailers and just ride through and just do it easy. So Saturn trying Uranus is more or less using technology to get rid of a lot of dead energy, really influence a lot of healing. And don't be afraid. You know, if you got problems, if you got issues, if you got things that's going on in your life and you're not writing it down, then you doing yourself a disservice. Man, I done manifested so much from writing shit down that shit's so real to me that you couldn't tell me anything contrary to that. So Moon conjunct Jupiter. We have our subconscious mind working with our hippocampus, giving us the ability to set the intention, be clear, and walk in it. Subconscious mind is to be programmed, and when it's aligned with Jupiter, you want to program it with you, so you got your short-term memory. And this is why they say Jupiter is talking about success and, you know, greatness and kingship, is because it's short-term memory. Like a new experience. Like everybody likes a new experience. You go to a new restaurant, you get a new girlfriend, you get a new boyfriend, you get a new job, you get a new career, you know, new. And this is what Jupiter represents, our short-term memory. And so this is life. We live in the moment. You know, I don't give a damn about nostalgia. I don't care about no old school dances or none of that. You know, we let all of that go and really focus and in tune in this moment, in this space and time, and not being categorized by anybody. We all living in the moment. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is the secret. Don't nobody know more about you than you. I haven't been in your life and you're walking in your shoes. I can't give you no advice. You know, You have to take yourself seriously. How do you not know about yourself? And then, where are you going to find value at if you do not? Where are you going to find value at if you don't have any value for yourself? On the external? Once again, they doing hella videos on YouTube where they eating burgers every day, you know, and millions of people tune in every day to watch them eat burgers. So that's a good channel for you. So I want to talk about Sidereal for a second before we and I'm gonna incorporate Sidereal Vedic astrology into these daily energy readings because that's reality. So every day, Monday through Friday, we'll take a look at where the planets are actually, and we'll discuss it and what it means. Today is Friday. Today is ruled by Venus, and Venus is actually in the constellation of Libra in Sidereal astrology, Vedic astrology. If you looked outside and looked up at the star Venus, what you could see, the constellation that it would be aligned to would be like on your app, like if you had an astrology or astronomy app, the constellation that Venus is in today, September 14, 2018, is Libra. So why wouldn't we talk about that? And so this is why 12 sign astrology is so popular. Because it's not wrong, it's just not complete. And the people who put it in place for that reason, because they know that you're not fully aligning with the truth. When I do readings, I factor in Vedic all the time. Like, that's when I started. Every reading that I've done, I factored in Western and Vedic. I could never do it no other type of way because that's how I've learned. And so with these daily energy readings, I'm going to incorporate that. And then hopefully by next year, we'll be completely Sidereal and we'll be completely Vedic, and we'll kind of... Western astrology is not useless, but if we could fully understand and be able to discuss and conversate on the level of reality, oh, the sun is in Leo, the Venus is in Libra, and just understand it from that perspective, will be more accurate because we're not basing any other man system. Because 12 sign astrology is a man system. Sidereal astrology, Vedic astrology, is God's system, or the creator system, or a system that can't be altered by man. If Venus is in Libra today, 7.8 billion people have to acquiesce to that fact that Venus is in Libra, and it can't be argued. Venus being in a Scorpio can be argued because Venus isn't in Scorpio. If you were to, you could look at, but the reality is you could look at millions of maps though. That's how the game is, you know. This is how the lockdown, this is how they fuck us up. Honestly, you could look at millions of maps, and September 14th, 2018, Venus is gonna be in Scorpio, but not on a Vedic map, not on a Sidereal map. So Venus is in Libra, and this is what it means. Positive results. Venus is exalted in Libra. So what I mean by positive results means there has to be a positive intention. Like, you have to set something in motion to get that positive result. A result ain't just somebody knocking at your door. So you got to begin to do things. And positive results is kind of like a connection, reaching out to people and then getting a positive result. Like, hey, how you doing? I'd like to get to know you. Positive result, okay? And this is Venus in Libra. Like, she runs this, like, dating, relationships. Like, she runs it. So, you know, the problem is you're in, you wouldn't understand Venus in Libra if you're in a relationship that's stagnant, that's old, that's not being dealt with, that's not really addressing a real issue. That relationship is not real. So you wouldn't understand Venus and Libra. You got to be kind of out there. That's why I say positive results. You got to be like, what's up? I'm trying to get to know you. Like, you know, you got to do something different, new experiences. So, you know, Venus and Libra is not going to be positive. You're not going to get those results if you ain't clear and you ain't honest, you know. And so, and so I think 12 sign astrology and 13 sign astrology work together, because I'm not all God like. I have human shit that I need to take care of, like every month. You know, I still pay rent, you know, I still pay bills and shit like that, you know. So I'm not like all celestial. So I think 12 sign astrology is good to understand, like, shit, when am I gonna get a check? Or when am I going, like, get out of this house and move to a different home and things of that nature, because I'm still in that world. But if we want to explain and understand our spiritual reality, then we can utilize Vedic astrology too, because Vedic astrology is fire. Vedic astrology is good, but when we put them together, then I feel like it's complete. And that's what I'll always do. I won't never not do that, no matter what anybody says, because that's how I've always done it. That's how I always, you know. But now I'm just more or less talking about it, because I seen other people kind of talking about it and shitting on it, and they don't have even no understand. Like, you can't shit on Vedic astrology. You can't shit on 13 sign astrology. You can't shit on Sidereal astrology, because that shit is actually happening. You can shit on 12 sign astrology though, because that shit was made up by some man. So the fact that we use it with discretion. We don't, like, I've always talked about astrology in a sense of overcoming it. I've never talked about astrology in the sense of, you never heard me say, oh, she a Libra, don't fuck with her, or, oh, you know how them Cancers be. Like, I've never done that, because I don't do that. Like, astrology is made up bullshit. But we're dealing with mythology, we're dealing with esoterics, we're taking symbology, and then, like, we could build up a whole astrology chart of our human body and how we walk in life. This is what I do. You understand? I don't do, you know, let me get all, it's Virgo season, what's up, y'all? Like, I don't even identify people by their sun signs. Like, if you ever had a reading by me, like, I rarely talk about your sun sign, because your sun sign has been inundated with a whole bunch of misinformation that if I begin to speak to it, I'm only gonna confuse you. So let me just talk about other shit surrounding your sun sign, so I can give you deeper insight and deeper understanding. And so I hope I beat that to death. 40 minutes, I say so. And so the cards of the day. I got time today. Last night I didn't have time, but I got time today. The Fool. Man, y'all know everything, but you don't know shit. Because we all are prisoners of the moment. You, like, spirituality is not about the past. Spirituality is not about the future. Spirituality is about right now. And right now, you don't know shit. You only can know, what you think you know, and you hope you know. You only know what your mama knew, what the doctors know. You hope they right. If they make a mistake, they made a mistake, and the reason why they made a mistake, because you didn't know shit. And we don't never know shit. I don't know shit. You know, I'm just here in the moment. I'm studying and I'm preparing, and then I'm ready. That's all I can say. Hopefully I got enough plans. Hopefully I got enough, you know, dexterity and ambiguity to get through this shit by being the fool. Man, I done dealt with so much trauma, so much grief, so much shit that I've You gotta recycle the mind and recycle and be on the quest and be on the journey. Or you can get caught up on the trauma, stress, and the grief, and I'd be in the bed. I wouldn't even be doing these videos. I wouldn't even be taking care of my family. I wouldn't even be having positive relationships because I'd be trying to, you know, console my grief, console my trauma. Or I'd be trying to find me a girl to, you know, make me feel good. You know how Halle Berry and Monster Ball, how you just feel so bad and then you just, you know, talking to somebody reckless, like talk about make them, how they gonna make you feel good. They can't do that. So 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is when you think your emotional thoughts have value. Not emotional, I'm sorry. Your negative thoughts have some type of value. Like, you can have a negative thought and fixate on it like it has a value when it don't. And the value that it has is mental illness over time. There's people who have negative thought constructs that are real to them, so real to them that you can't even speak through it. You ever seen a beautiful person think they was ugly? You ever seen a smart person think that they was dumb? You ever seen a talented person think that they wasn't talented and you believed in them and you like ruined your whole entire experience believing in somebody that didn't believe in themselves? You know, those are negative thought constructs that people have not defeated. They have not fought back against. They've actually reinforced and got better cement. You know, hired some masons from up the street, you know, to build a fort. You know, they got motherfucking dudes at the top with with bow and arrows. Like, you know, people's negative thought constructs are tough, fortified with moats around it. You was not getting through these negative thought constructs, so I wouldn't necessarily try. I would focus on the good that's in your life, and because, you know, negative thoughts is a bug, like, and that's why I have to be so spiritual. Cause I could do tarot, like, and just be real tarot and start to deal with the people just cause they want a reading and shit like that. Like, I did some shit yesterday with Ariana Grande where I just looked at her chart real quick. It was like, oh shit, do you know about 20 people was in my inbox like asking me to do a reading for them, and I'm just like, damn, it don't work like that. It was like the first one I was being nice. The 20th one I was like, damn, this is a pattern, like. Because people want help, but they don't want to do the work, and they don't even want to pay for it or nothing. Like, they just think that, you know, this is some magic ability, and it ain't no magic ability. I gotta factor in, you know, 10 years of experience, knowledge, notes, everything for a damn astrology reading. I feel like parts of my soul is being, you know, either enhanced or built. You know, that connection with reading is not like haphazard. That's some serious ass shit. So I'm not just about to just, this ain't McDonald's. And even so, you niggas never went to McDonald's and asked them for a free cheeseburger. So 8 of Cups, I don't know, I just went off on a little tangent because I thought that shit was funny. But Ariana Grande got power though, that's all I know. 8 of Cups. Realizing the errors that you make, the Hood Mystic can't save you. The people that I do readings for, they have their shit together. I don't mean to be crass, I don't mean to be rude, but I can't help you in your terrestrial life get some money. I talk to people who already got it, they don't mind spending it, and they can figure out how to get their spiritual life together. This is who I talk to. And if you don't have any money, then there's other things that we do. You know, we do these daily energy readings every day for free. We do that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and a lot of people who ask me about them readings, they don't watch the daily energy reading. So it's like, you know, You always gonna get what you pay for in life. And so the Eight of Cups is really speaking to that, in a sense of, you know, correcting your own errors, facing your own fears. You got trouble, you got trauma, you got problems, but what are you doing to deal with it? Oh, you got a new boyfriend. Let's give it up for her. She done got her new boyfriend, problem solved. Let's move on. Seven of Swords, futility, lies. Lies. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Like 2018, if you in a relationship, that person better be leading by action and example. I don't care what a person gotta say. Ain't no benefit of the doubt. This 2018. I'm not my mama. I'm not my daddy. It ain't 57. It's 2018. What are you doing? You ain't doing shit? You ain't saying shit. If you doing some shit, I'll listen to you. But if you just gonna come in my DM, start talking to me, it's too many people that try to talk to me. I pay attention to the people who have actions, intentions. You know what I mean? Ooh, my head would be so big right now. If I got gassed off of somebody talking to me. Hey, my head would be big, and that big ass head would be going to hell, paved with some good ass intentions. Yo, can't nobody break my heart. Cause I ain't gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You're not gonna tell me shit. I respect my wife cause she don't talk a lot. She don't talk a lot, but her actions speak louder than her words. I need to be more like her. And so I learn from her. And I'm sure she learns from me. We're opposites, but we work. This is truth. The Four of Wands, completion. See, a lot of people want the same person like them, and that's where they fuck up at. You look for that person opposite to you so you can learn from and you can teach. This is a relationship. Symbiotic, reciprocal, completion. Ain't no completion in ease. Ain't no completion in I like you. that's soothing. That's enabling. That's a band-aid. You know, if you ever wanted to be complete, if you ever wanted to live in totality, then you would have to include your opposite, sweetie. Cause it's just it's just how completion works. If I had a circle, the bottom and the top is a part of this whole circle. It's not like if it's not a circle no more of just the bottom there. This is like, it's like a flat earth or something. I don't know. It's like when you complete and everything is one, then the good, bad, positive, negative, all of that is out the window. What are you doing? What is your intention? Okay, are you acting upon that? We good. If you're not doing that, then you want a level where it's like you just talking, and you ain't doing shit. You've created hell for yourself because all you want to do is sit and talk to people. I really don't like talking to people, not because I don't like talking to people, but I don't got time to waste. It's 24 hours into the day, and I have goals and things that I want to achieve. If we're going to incorporate, then let's incorporate. But if you're not trying to incorporate, if you're just trying to beat my eardrums up, if you're just trying to be my friend, I got so many friends, but what does that even mean? You know, I'd rather have a business partner. I'd rather have somebody invest time, energy, money, resources to a common goal. I don't want to just, you know, play basketball with you niggas. Like, I'm not that type of person. Death. Now, I was hoping I got this card because we was talking about the secret garden. And Saturn, you know, that's all about gardening. That's all about farming. It's all about eating. And that's why I talk about 12 sign astrology, because generally when you have a population of people, then you got to start to think differently about how you going to feed all of these niggas. Because these niggas ain't about to farm. These niggas about to sit and play PS4 all day. And, you know, they ain't about to do shit. So you need a system. A system that's built upon feeding people. And the only way that you can do it is by having a process of death. A process of siphoning away the energy that's no longer needed so you can plant new seeds. Simple enough, but you know, 90s days always popping. Throwback Thursdays has been a thing every week for the past 15 years, so you'd think people have got it by now, but they don't. So the concept of the day is taken from Truth Unity, and this is the metaphysics of the Garden of Eden. And I love Truth Unity because it takes everything in the Bible and it turns it into metaphysics. So whenever you have a question or anything in the Bible and you want to know what it means metaphysically, go to truthunity.org. And so the Garden of Eden represents your spiritual body. And your spiritual body is the most powerful part of your energy, and you have to completely idealize it. And you have to reach this with your imagination. It's kind of like a bed. If your spiritual bed is fucked up and messed up, all you got to do is make it in your mind, right? So why would you have just a messed up bed, a messed up room in your mind? And maybe in your terrestrial life, you might need to actually clean up your damn room so it can help and aid with this visualization. It's not fake. It's not imaginary to imagine that you have a spiritual reality that you're not focusing on, and if you were to focus on it, you would get insight. And you can understand that your confusion and your turmoil and your depression is basically related to you not connecting or cultivating or making your spiritual bed, maintaining your spiritual garden. I really just want you guys to use your imagination and visualization like I'm doing to explain this concept, explain what I'm trying to say here. Can we imagine our spiritual garden? Can we imagine maintaining it? The things that we want to sow, the things that we want to manifest. And if we can imagine it, can we imagine cultivating it? Can we imagine not losing it? Can we imagine that when the terrestrial life shows us problems, when it shows us shit, we don't panic. We realize, okay, spiritual garden, what's happening? Is it a weed growing? Is it a rat? Is it a rodent? Is some rabbit trying to take my goddamn carrots? Do I gotta turn into Yosemite Sam out this bitch? Suffering succotash. But we all in the realm of imagination, because if there is something negative in your garden, you could turn into Yosemite Sam and get rid of it. See, we're not in the terrestrial. The reason why I need you guys to be imaginative is because there will be problems that show up. And in the imagination realm, the problem is already there. Oh, I'm gonna just melt him. Oh, I'm gonna just vaporize his ass. You know, anything is possible in the imagination realm. And so I really want us to not act like this shit is a game, man. I really want us to, we all on this live, we all on this video, I can feel that people are in this space where they're using their imagination. And if you drive and listening to this, please get the fuck out of your imagination. And get into reality. But if you at home, if you passive, if you're not responsible for no heavy machinery, understand that any troubles, anything that's going on in that spiritual realm, you could make it right. what I want to really let people know is that it is perfectly okay. Life is perfectly fine. Life is great. Can you begin to maintain that spiritual garden now to understand that, you know, you have some responsibility in this thing if you think that life isn't great? And so I hope that message was well received. This was probably my longest live yet, a whole hour, but that's just because I had time today. But definitely about to get off this live. Just want to invite people to hit up the website www.hoodmystic.com/testimonials, and then from there check out the readings and consultations lab reading and consultations tab. Look at the different prices. You know, the astrology reading is one thing, and then, you know, if you scroll down a little further, you'll see a whole bunch of different readings, and we could look at your astrology chart. You could use just the tarot price or any type of price. It's really just time and energy. But, you know, the cheaper, the less expensive prices is just conversations. You know, the more expensive, you know, astrology readings are a conversation plus a 10-page document plus 24 hours plus of research for your chart. So, you know, it's worth it, is of value. So you just need to kind of understand if that's for you or where you're at in the spectrum. I try to serve, you know, a variety of different customers, a variety of different price ranges, is strictly based on your needs and your budget. And so y'all have a good ass day. Enjoy yourself. Much love, much love, much love from me. Oh no. I'll be in the comments though. Let me know how y'all felt about this video, if it made sense, if it resonated. I know I talked about a lot of information, and that's a lot of what this thing is. It breaks down to me having a lot to say and only having one mouth. So Astro Queen, we got to do our build, man. Holler at me, email me today, please, if you still on this live.